This is Iron Sharpens Iron Counsel. Welcome to the evolution. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Ann Smith with special guest Ladarius. I just wanted to give Ladarius the opportunity to share his journey with you guys. We've gotten to know each other a little bit since he has purchased the original course, and now he's also enrolled in the new version that he had access to for free. Okay, so yes, if you have purchased the previous course, you will have access to just simply send me an email to ironsharpensIronCounsel@gmail.com. Hit it, Ladarius.
Okay. Well, I mean, like I said, at this present moment, I'm just, I did purchase the course and was really impressed with what I had read. It was real professional and very nicely worded and everything. And so it built up my confidence to go and fill out the templates and everything and send the documentation off. But my situation is a little different, a little unique, because I'm a victim of child support. I guess I should say victim because the child support agency that targeted me, they're in California and I'm in Florida. Never been to California and never contracted with them. No due process. They never contacted me in any way, shape, or form. No presentment, nothing. You know what I'm saying? I was received my check from work one day, and I just happened to look at my check stub. Well, I get direct deposit, but I get a check stub, and I just happened to look at my check stub, and boom, it said garnishment, child support. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? So I contacted my employer, and my employer, was like, yeah, you're being garnished and everything. And I was like, well, why didn't you contact me before all of this happened? You were supposed to get my consent. They were under the impression that they didn't have to get my consent because, hey, this is a child support agency. This is a government agency. And me telling them, no, they're not. They're not a government agency. No, they're privately owned. You know what I'm saying? They're facto. You know what I'm saying? They're not legit. I said, but still, even if they were a government agency, still, I have to be given due process. I said, I was never given due process. And I said, well, we have a withholding order. I said, okay, well, send me a copy of the withholding order. So they sent me a copy of the withholding order to my email. I printed it out. Lo and behold, I looked to the bottom. The first thing I looked at was I wanted to see a signature before anything, because if there's no signature on it, it's not legit. So I looked for a signature. There was no signature. But in the place where it says a judge, and this is on most withholding orders.
Yeah, this is the part that was very alarming to me about your case. But go ahead.
The place where it says judge, there was a name printed there. Now, of course, because I had never talked to these people, I didn't know who that person was. So I got the number to the agency, called the agency, and spoke to someone there. And I said, I would like to speak to the caseworker. After I went through all of the giving my name and everything, the case number and all that kind of stuff, I finally got to a man whose name, and I'm gonna say his name. His name was Robert Pitt. And I spoke with him, asked him who he was, and he literally told me he was the caseworker. His name was in place of the judge. In all capital letters, of course, but still, his name was in place of the judge. I said, wait a minute. I said, hold on. I said, so you're telling me you are just a caseworker? You're not a judge at all? And he told me no. Ain't no shame in your game, is it?
No shame. No shame.
Ain't no shame in your game. So I said, so basically you are admitting. I said, man, why haven't I been recording this phone call? Mm-hmm. I should have been recording this phone call. You know what I'm saying? I said, so you're telling me that you fraudulently sent my employer a withholding order knowing that they weren't going to know any of the laws or how any of this worked and everything. So you put your name there to defraud them into thinking you are actually a judge that actually signed off for it.
Unbelievable.
And so after this conversation was over, next day I contacted my employer, told him I had that conversation, told him this guy is not a judge, he's a case worker. I said, he admitted it himself, he's a case worker. He was like, and so the person I spoke to in human resources was like, well, we'll get in trouble for this, and I'm like, no, you won't, no, you will not. And I went to explain it and everything, and I said, well, we're gonna let our attorneys, look at this, and we'll get back with you. Okay. Mind you, it's been 2 years. 2 years. Now, mind you, that doesn't mean that I gave up. I just sat there and didn't know. I was back and forth with the child support company, back and forth with my employer, and then pretty soon I just said, okay, I need to find somebody. I need to find something that's going to help me out. That's going to just lay it out for me. I said, because every effort I have, during my own internet researches, I've been finding documents, joining all kind of Facebook groups and forums online, and ordering books. And I got books over here in my bookshelf, books that I purchased on child support and everything. Everything that I tried, nothing helped. Nothing. So I was like, oh man, what am I gonna do? And so I said, no, this is all a fraud. So I said, I need to do something. So I really can't remember how I came across I think somebody introduced your program in another group. Mm-hmm. I think that's how I found out about it. And they put a link down there, so I went to it and I read it, and I said, okay, I'm gonna give this a try. So I ordered the program, saw the paperwork, read the paper, ordered the program and got all the download paperwork. I read every document like 3 times to make sure I was understanding what I was reading. And I was like, okay, I said, this is kind of hard hitting right here. I said, this is kind of better than all the other stuff that I've got, because I've got a lot of cease and desist letters, and none of that stuff worked. It just didn't work. It just did not work. And so I sent it off. The goal was to get them to default, but I didn't send a presentment with them because I never received one. So I'm considering doing it again, because I need to have either I put one in writing saying, hey, look, this is what y'all are saying that I owe, and yada yada yada. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of typing one myself, and kind of building confidence in that, because I even though I don't have a presentment from them, still I know what they're asking. I know what they're saying, especially because of the withholding order has plenty of information I can use. You know what I'm saying? So I'm using that withholding order to kind of write my own, I guess presentment response, saying that this is what they are saying that I owe, and send that with them. Send that with the paperwork, and then wait for them to default, and then I have to default them. So right now, like I said, I sent the first papers off without a presentment or anything, and didn't get any type of response. But now I'm thinking about doing it again, this time with my own, presentment letter, and sending it with that, and see what the deal is. And I'm hoping to get a real good, I'm hoping that they're going to default, which I think they are, because they really can't respond.
Right.
They can't respond. That's a good thing about this. That's one thing that I have learned even before I ordered this program, is that they will not respond. Especially when they are in fraud, they are definitely not going to respond. They have no due process, no judgment, no undertaking, nothing, no legit withholding order with a judge's wet ink signature on it. They have nothing. So the way I see it, I can't lose. So this has given me a better understanding, because I read stuff in these documents that you presented that I didn't even know. So I learned some stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so I felt, like I said, for the audience, I felt real confident. The paperwork was very well worded. So I'm going to send it off, and I'm, hopefully to list my, list what happened, so everybody can find out anybody's in a situation like me, you know, I can pretty much help people along. I don't mind doing that, you know. But
thank you
that's
so much, Ladarius, because I have heard this, you know, many other times that people like you know, who came to me after trying a bunch of other different things, that, you know, it was kind of piecemealing and trying to put things together, and they have downloaded, you know, hundreds and hundreds of documents, bought so many different books from, you know, many different sources. And when they finally found my course, they said the one word that I was looking for to hear from them is that it brought them a sense of clarity.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And because I put my heart and soul into it, this is beyond a course to me. This is people's lives. So I actually care about giving you the level of understanding from my level of understanding. And it took thousands of hours of research. This stuff didn't just come to me on a fly-by-night.
Right.
You know, legal research is very research intensive, and I don't think that a lot of people appreciate it, because the way that I put together my courses is I like to simplify, and sometimes I can, you know, oversimplify to the point where people are like, wow, I get it. That's so simple. That's so easy. They see the light at the end of the tunnel, right. And then they get a little bit cocky. Well, I don't want that either. I want you to have comprehension to the point where you feel empowered, you know, but it's not to take that power and abuse it. It's to take that power and use it for your benefit, you know, so that you can get the case closed, get the case resolved to your satisfaction. And I know that a lot of people who are going to be listening to this, they're going to be like, okay, yeah, I'm going to try this course. But I wanted to make some very, very clear, you know, distinctions in terms of expectations and what this course is really about. Okay, I want to lay the groundwork and lay the foundation so that everybody coming in can understand that I am not a guru. I am not an expert. I am not in any way, shape, or form in the legal profession. Okay, I'm not practicing law. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a paralegal, and I'm not for hire, because a lot of people are like, oh, I would hire you to do my case for me, and oh, I want to do a consultation with you. No. The whole reason, it defeats the purpose, because the whole reason why I wrote the course and created the course is so I wouldn't have to do one-on-ones.
Right.
I don't like doing one-on-one, because that rabbit hole can be deep. And it could be long and extensive. Yeah, like you have been fighting this for 2 years. Yes. So even though I know that the paperwork, I shouldn't say just the paperwork, the documents and the course in its entirety, it's very comprehensive and it works, and it has worked for a lot of people. I'm not sitting up here making any guarantees, because I don't know how. It's not humanly possible for me to make any guarantees that it's going to work for everyone, because I don't know your level of comprehension. I don't know your level of execution. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how the people that you're sending it to, you know, the agencies, not the court, the agencies who are demanding making a claim against you for monies.
You froze again. I can't hear you. Okay, I can see. I lost it. There you go.
I lost your sound. Hold on. Okay, we're back. Okay, cool. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
So, no, buying the course does not grant you direct access to me.
Right.
I don't come with recently had this as an issue with 2 or 3 people. So I want to make this abundantly clear. You will get course support via email and via email only. Don't send me your phone number and don't demand for me to call you, because I'm not calling you. Like, amount of my time, and that's just not fair to me. So, and the other thing is document review. Anybody who asks for document review is letting me know that they're not confident in themselves or in the course material. And I would say, don't execute. You're not ready. Don't execute. I would say, like in the course, it literally recommends for you to review everything from cover to cover, from start to finish, from beginning to end. Review it at a minimum of 10 times. But for people who feel like, oh, I need that extra, apron string, I need that extra hand holding, I don't know. For the people that's having that fear thought process and mindset, I would say now you need to review the course 50 times. And I'm not trying to be funny, and I'm not trying to be mean or anything like that. It's not from a mean spirit. It's from a well-intentioned of me saying, listen, you need to review this enough times that thing gets into your soul. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that thing needs to get into your spirit.
Yeah, but of course it has a comment section, and they can leave a comment asking a question, and somebody may come and, all right, let me help you out with this. I would, if I saw the question in the course, on the section of the course where someone left a comment asking a question, well, what do I do just in case of this, or blah, 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 then, somebody who has also purchased the course can come along and help out.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up, because actually you were the reason that inspired me to create that forum. Mm-hmm. Okay, because I already did have the frequently asked questions. From all of the questions, I just gathered all of them, and I just put them in a frequently asked questions section by themselves. But then I was like, oh, I like what Ladarius was talking about, so let's go ahead and let's make this thing a whole community. Personal experience that each one, you go off, to all these different agencies in the different states, we can come back and report to each other and help build on the thing. So right. It is very much a community of helpers and helping each other and growing in that regard, because some people's cases unfortunately are gonna go on and on and on, for several rounds. And some people have to take these people to court. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
And
I think I'm going to have to do the same thing.
You might make it clear again, this course, the path that I took, because there's so many different ways that you could have gone. Okay. But in my experience, in my study, and again, from a layperson, I'm not an expert or guru or any of that, okay? But just in my layperson's opinion, experience, just from doing the research, I think it is because they are quasi-government. And right. They are very, very knowledgeable about it, okay? And right. So people like to do a bunch of different paperwork and documents for different things. No, these people know what this document is. They know it. And right. So it is highly appropriate. And it's also utilizing a very universal right of action. Everyone has a private right of action. It is in the Constitution. It's literally in the law. It is in the consumer protection laws. You have a private right of action. It's called right. The Administrative Act, right?
Right.
So when you combine these processes, that is, like I said, I don't make this stuff up. It is by operation of law. I just put it together. I'm just a curator, right. Like I like to say, like you remember that movie, the Matrix,
Right.
Utilizing the tools that are already available to us, okay?
Right.
And I brought it together into one package, but people, if they're new or they're kind of intermediate, they're expecting hand holding, and no. You get the course, you get, pretty much my brain spilled onto paper based on my research, okay? It is not opinion, it is operation of law from the research. But it is not for you to come back to me. It is for you to take this thing and run with it. Use it as a foundation. And if you're still not comfortable to send the documents out, don't ask me to review the documents, because the templates are well laid out. I left no stone unturned. So it does kind of like lets me know, it's a good indication that if you want me to review your documents, then there's more review that is required. How about that? How about we just take our time and go through, because it's all right there. Am I lying?
No, you're not lying. And actually, I would say this. I would explain to the people like this. Like, I know how to do credit repair. I've learned how to do my own credit repair. But when before I learned, I ordered a book. Now, I read the book, and there was a lot in the book that I didn't understand, but I never contacted the author and asked the author, can you explain what you meant in this book? No. I just researched what I didn't understand. I either kept reading it to get a better understanding, or did my research, my own personal research on what it is that I read. Now, I know people are frustrated, and they are in a hurry to get this over with, because they're tired of seeing money taken out of their check. Oh, trust me, I know exactly. I hate seeing that money come out of my check too. And this does not mean that I hate to see it because I won't take care of my daughter. What I'm saying is, I hate to see it going out of my check because I know where it's going. I know where it's really going. I know it's not going to my daughter. It's not. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason why I hate seeing it. If child support was a real legit company, you know what I'm saying, there would be no argument. I would have never ordered this course, you know what I'm saying, or this course wouldn't exist if it was actually legit. But when you order the course, if you don't understand it, like when I first downloaded the paperwork, I read it over and over and over, because I didn't understand what I was reading when I first ordered it. You see what I'm saying? But I read it over and over and over and over again. Hello? Are there, Ann?
Uh-oh, you froze right when you were about to go in. You froze. Oh man, you said order the course, and then
yeah. When I ordered the course, I read the documents over and over and over and over again, because I didn't understand it when I first read them. So I read it again, and I gradually kept getting different understanding. And I also researched a couple of things that I read in the document. I did my own research. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because basically, if you put this program together, you're just going to tell me what it's already saying, in the words that it's already saying it. So even the scripture says 2 heads are better than one. So there are other experts out there.
Preach.
There are other experts out there. You know what I'm saying? That could maybe even go even deeper into it. And also, like I said, I've been doing this for 2 years. I have order other programs. I have downloaded other information. I just did a few comparisons, but this was the one that I was focused on. So I just compared what it said to what other people said, and I started to get a better understanding. So when I felt confident, I sent it off. You know, I sent it off. You know what I'm saying? And it's real. It's not as hard as people are trying to make it. It's really not. The information is out there. I mean, it's out there. It's right there. You see what I'm saying? And there are plenty of groups that you can get on or join in Facebook, that some people there have gone through it successfully and will tell you, no, this is what you do. Yes, you did that right. No, this is what you do when this happens. You know, they will share documents with you, because that's how I got all of the documents. I have a library of documents. People have shared their documents with me, and they've shared their information with me. You know what I'm saying? But the only thing that I needed to learn, one thing I needed to learn was how to go after them after they have defaulted. That was the only thing I need to learn, because I can go to court and file charges, and all right, let's say these boys court, they acting ignorant right now. They know they're wrong. You know, all the people in place, they know they're wrong, because in America everything is paperwork. Everything is paperwork.
Absolutely.
And a contract makes law, and they have no contract with me. You know what I'm saying? And the documentation, the documentation that I've got from this program put them on notice that I know this. I know this now, and here it is in print. Y'all can't say anything. And they're going to default. That's the one thing I would say to everybody listening right now. They are going to default, and that's what you want. That's what you want. You know what I'm saying? If you learn how to default like I'm learning, you good. You're good. But I would say get the program, get it. I'm not saying this because, you know, me and Ann been long time friends.
No.
We're not long time friends. You know what I'm saying? I ordered a whole program about a couple months ago. You know what I'm saying? So that's about basically how long I know it. Matter of fact, this is the second time I actually talked to her. This is the second time. So, but it's a good program. It's good. Like I said, she may not be an expert, but it's a good program. The paperwork is very, very nicely worded. Very nicely worded.
I thank you so much, brother, because I'm telling you, I'm just getting so frustrated because my heart is in the right place.
Right.
But being taxed with an overwhelming amount of requests for the one-on-one, you know, I actually considered just shutting it all down, but I'm torn because I want to continue to help people, but the ones who are unreasonable, you know, are making it difficult for me because, and I say unreasonable because it is unreasonable to ask the author, and I like your analogy because I am the author. You do not contact authors to ask them questions about the book. They have laid the foundation for you.
You just gotta research.
And then it's up to you to do your due diligence
Right.
to further your own education.
Right.
Okay? Because I honestly, I have a library of books because one book led to the next and led to the next.
Right.
Okay? Now, I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm saying that if you find the need that you are lacking something, and you know the question that you ask me and I answer them lead to another question, well, continue to do your due diligence, okay? But to get irate and belligerent because I won't call you, now that's absolutely, it's beyond the pale. I don't even understand how to even respond to that. I don't get that.
And let me say this also. Let me say this also to the people. Listen, it's like they're anxious. So was I. They're anxious. But here's what eased my mind. I was like, it's already been 2 years. I've already waited 2 years. Okay. Here's one thing that the end result will do. The end result is going to get you that money back. You know, you take them to court. You prove that you do this administrative process. You know what I'm saying? You default them. And you take them to court. There's no way that they can continue after that, and they're going to have to reimburse you. Here's the thing: while you wait, that money is piling up. It's like a savings account.
Yeah.
Basically, the way I'm looking at it, it's like a savings account. You know what I'm saying? Because my goal is to get all of my money back because you defrauded me. This is fraudulent. You know what I'm saying? So they have to give you this money back. They have to.
But
right.
The people that are being anxious, they're taking their anxiety out on me. Like, I cannot speed up the process for you.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And you being on the phone and me holding your hand and telling you it's going to be all right, that's not going to speed up the process either. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's just unreasonable. I cannot emphasize enough. I cannot impress upon you enough to just read the material, just like with the Ladarius. He just took the time and started reviewing it even more and more. And I promise you, by that 49th time, repetition is the mother of all wisdom.
That's right.
Just go over it. It's all right there. And even the questions, the frequently asked questions section, you guys have been bringing me so many really good questions, and I couldn't find a proper appropriate way to kind of like incorporate it into the course. So I just put it as questions and answers.
Right.
So 9 times out of 10, your question that you might be thinking of is right there. And then now that I've moved it into this new platform, we have a whole community going. Right. So, I just want to make it clear. No, I'm not going to do your document review. I'm not an attorney. That's what an attorney is for. What you want me to do a document review for? I'm not a paralegal. I'm not going to do it for you. This is a very personal journey.
Yeah.
It is your journey, and I don't do individual cases. People are like, oh, well, you know this, you know that. Yeah, I know this and I know that because I have been researching my own cases.
Right.
That's why. I'm just a researcher. I'm just an author. I have curated the material. I'm a very curious woman, and I love studying this stuff, but it's extremely research intensive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you have to get so deep and involved in the laws of your case. It is humanly impossible for me to get to know the law of your case for every single person that enrolled in my courses.
Right.
I would be here till forever.
Yeah, and
that's why I don't want to get involved in any individual private cases because right. I have my own to do.
Yeah, and I will say this too. I will say, to everybody that, it's different when you're dealing with a company and when you're dealing with a solopreneur. One person who's just putting that information out there for you, because you can't expect that one person to be there for all of those customers. You can't. It's like a person with a hammer and a nail trying to build a house with a bucket of nails. I got to put all of those nails, to try to build this house. You know what I'm saying? That's too many nails for one person to deal with. When a company is like a nail gun, douche, 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 douche. They can deal with a bunch of people because they're a company.
Thank you, Ladarius. I laugh because it's funny, but it's true.
Yeah, it is.
It's so true. People like, well, why can't you just call me? I'm like, everybody's saying that.
Yeah.
It's just me. I'm just one.
Yeah, even if you were the type of person that wants to answer everybody's question, even then you got to be patient. You got to be patient. And I understand people are anxious, but you really got to be patient. You really got to be patient.
Oh.
And you really got to be able to do your own due diligence. You got to. This is one person. This is one person. You know what I'm saying? It's just that she has done the most of the work that you don't even have to do. You know what I'm saying? Just understand what she's giving you. That's it.
Oh
That's all you need. And you got a bunch of people that you can ask, not just her. You got a bunch of people you can ask.
Exactly.
So hey,
I laid the foundation. It's up for people. It's up for grabs. People could take it as is, or they could take it and run with it and build on it.
Right.
Right. But to keep coming back at me, it's a lot. So Ladarius, in your opinion, should I keep the course going or should I just shut it down? Because my heart just wants to shut it the hell down because I'm so tired.
Don't do that.
I'm tired.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Keep coming at me like, I can't do the one-on-one support, you guys. The support is via email, but I'm trying to build this community. Ladarius is there. You'll get to meet him. I come in the forum and I hang out with you guys. So I'm trying to make it as level the playing field so that we'll all kind of build and grow together. But everybody coming at me one and demanding though. No, that right there, I'm just like, I'm just getting a little bit frustrated with how to manage, all of the unreasonable expectations. So, but I'll take your advice, Ladarius. I'll keep it going for right now, because I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to empower as many people as possible. And this writing the course initially as a download and now as a online course with the community, it is very empowering. And that's what I want. That's what I want. But the document, you gonna do my document review? What?
where you're putting this out there, which is good. So people that decide that they want to go into it already know what to expect.
Yeah.
You know, so it's good that you're putting this out there now, you know, putting this disclaimer out there. Listen, I would love to help the thousands of you, but I can't, you know, or at least give me time. Yeah, you know, like there's too many of us out there that are doing it, that have done it, that can help you if you can't get the aim, you know. There's plenty of people out there that's willing. We all hate the system. We all want to see it go down. Exactly. Every last one of us want to see it go down. So trust me, it ain't gonna be hard finding somebody that's gonna say, nah, bro, you do this.
Right. Do this. And come and taking out your frustration at me ain't gonna do you no good, because I'm actually on your side trying to help you.
I was just going to say, you're not the one that put us in this situation, so there's no need to take that frustration out on you. You know, keep it up. There's plenty of people that's gonna. I'm telling folks about it.
Yeah, and the other thing is, I raised the price because I know that's become a situation too, and that's because I want commitment. Okay, I no longer want the $100 commitment, and I no longer want the $500 commitment. I want the $1,000 commitment. But let me tell you why. At the higher price, it's still well below the market for what it is worth in terms of the amount of research that went into it and the amount of research that is going to save you. Okay,
and what an attorney would charge.
Okay, an attorney would charge a minimum, because I've been looking at it, $2,500, and that is they'll charge you for each and every email. How about that? That's a billable hour. That's a billable action that they would take against that retainer. And so, but besides all of that, I wanted to make it available so that people who are a part of the community, like you, Ladarius, you also inspired me to take a look at what this platform had to offer, which is affiliate. Right? So I can allow you to have your affiliate link. So if anybody purchases the course with your link, then you're going to get a little commission, because, you know, you are a trooper. You know, you're fighting this fight, and you're fighting a good fight. And I want people to be able to support you because you're part of the community.
Right. And
so I really like this new platform. I just wish people will have a better understanding of what's going on in my heart. I'm on your side. I'm here trying to help. And I'm a researcher, I'm a writer. I actually love the research process and I love the writing process, but all this customer support stuff that I tried, now it's escalated to, oh, well, I want to talk to you. I don't want to just stay on email. No, I can't. I just cannot. But let's not beat that dead horse. I'm gonna go ahead and put Ladarius, the link for his affiliate, pertaining to the course. I'm gonna put that in the video description box, because again, I'm about giving back. Anybody who actually knows me know that I've never been about the money just for me. I've always been trying to expedite the funds for a community fund, and this is a nonprofit organization, and it's always been about giving back. And so there you have it. Thank you so much, brother. Listen, we have been through the ring, but I actually feel encouraged by you this time, because I was about to just shut it down because I'm tired of it.
Nah, yeah, I can see how frustrating. I mean, business can be frustrating. You know, I'm a businessman myself, but it can be frustrating.
Yes.
But you have to see the bigger picture.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna hang on to it with you. I'll be, guys, if you want to sign up, just know that I laid the foundation. But this is, a very personal journey. Don't expect me to go on this ride with you and go down the rabbit hole with you. No. I'm laying the foundation. It's up to you to take it and run with it. Okay. And we'll just hang out together in the community, and we'll just, we'll celebrate the wins, and the journey will continue. Thank you so much, Ladarius. Thank you to you guys, the subscribers and the viewers who are watching us. on this channel. We just wanted to come and just share this word. Actually, Ladarius was the one that kept saying, I want to talk about it. I was like, I don't know what this man about to come and say. But I'm so glad that we finally connected on and to do this. So thank you so much. And again, I'm going to put your link in the video. Instead of the direct link to the course, I'm going to put your link. And then that way, as a benefit to you for doing the interview. Anybody else who wants to interview, I'll do that for you as well. So
I appreciate it.
And we'll see you guys inside of the course if you so choose. All right. Thank you. We'll see you on the next session.
All right.
You